Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chrisley family siblings have major feud online. The Chrisley family siblings recently had a major feud going on online. This is something that fans knew about since it was on social media. However, the feud has since ended. They were calling it war. It started out with Savannah and Chase Chrisley. However, by the end of it, Grayson was also involved. It seems they have settled the issue and ended the war. Keep reading to find out more about this situation and what happened. The Chrisley family siblings have to lean on each other. The Chrisley family has not had the easiest time lately. Todd and Julie Chrisley are currently in federal prison for tax evasion and fraud. Their children are working to get them out of prison, but it has not happened yet. Savannah is making it her life mission to get her parents out. They are hoping Donald Trump will pardon them. However, Savannah had to take in her younger siblings, Chloe and Grayson. Since their parents have been in prison, they have had to lean on each other now more than ever. This situation has made them grow closer, even though it is not the ideal thing for them to go through. Fans love keeping up with them and their family. They had a major feud online. The Chrisley family siblings recently had a major feud online. It started with Chase and Savannah. Well, Chase started the entire thing. He posted an old picture of Savannah on Instagram with the caption, "This was only the start." The two then went back and forth. They shared old pictures of each other with funny captions that were roasting the other. Grayson Chrisley then decided that they could not have a war without him being involved. So he shared old pictures of the both of them and let them know that he was going to be the one to end the war. Once Grayson joined, the feud ended. It seems as though Savannah, Chase, and Grayson have settled whatever they had going on. The feud was lighthearted and funny. Fans enjoyed seeing it go on while they were on Instagram. Even though Grayson came in late, he is the one who ended it all. Viewers found the feud hilarious and loved seeing the old pictures of each of them. The Chrisley family, long known for their reality TV charm and southern wit, is now making headlines for a very different reason: a full-blown sibling feud erupting across social media. What began as subtle jabs and cryptic posts has transformed into a digital battle royale between the Chrisley kids, and fans are eating up every second. It all seemed calm in the Chrisley camp just weeks ago. Savannah was running her podcast Unlocked, Chase was sharing fashion-forward selfies and golf outings, and even Grayson was quietly growing up in the shadow of his famous siblings. But under the surface, tensions had been brewing for months. And now they boiled over in a way no one saw coming. The feud ignites. The drama exploded after Savannah posted a cryptic message on her Instagram story that read, "Blood doesn't make you loyal. Actions do." At first, fans thought it was just a motivational quote. But when Chase reposted a story minutes later that said, "Funny how people play victim when they're the ones throwing stones," the dots started to connect. And the Chrisley sibling civil war had officially begun. What followed was a whirlwind of passive-aggressive comments, unfollowing sprees, and TikToks loaded with eyebrow-raising captions. It didn't take long before Grayson chimed in, posting a now-deleted tweet that simply said, "Don't bring family into your mess. You're not the only one hurting." Cue the internet explosion. Savannah versus Chase. A battle of control. Sources close to the family say the feud started over what else? Control. With Todd and Julie Chrisley still serving their prison sentences for tax fraud, Savannah took on the role of legal guardian for Grayson and Chloe. While she's often said publicly that it's been an honor, insiders claim she and Chase clashed over how the younger siblings should be raised. Chase wanted more say, especially in Grayson's schooling and how Chloe's online presence was managed, one source revealed. But Savannah's always been the one calling the shots, and she doesn't take kindly to being questioned. Savannah, fiercely protective of her siblings, reportedly felt like Chase was playing dad when he hadn't taken on the day-to-day challenges of parenting. On the flip side, Chase allegedly felt Savannah was using the situation to boost her brand and podcast ratings. The result? Sibling silence turned into full-blown fury, and is all playing out in the court of public opinion. Grayson, stuck in the middle, poor Grayson, just barely into adulthood, finds himself in the unenviable position of being the battleground between his warring siblings. He's been notably quiet in the media, but fans noticed he's removed both Savannah and Chase from his close friends list on Instagram, a subtle but significant move in Gen Z speak. In a rare comment on TikTok Live, Grayson responded to a fan asking if the family was okay. "Sometimes you gotta let people fight their own battles. I'm just focusing on my own lane." It was mature, yes, but also a red flag that things at home are more fractured than ever. Khloe caught in the crossfire. Khloe, the young starlet who's always brought a dose of sunshine to the Chrisley household, has become an unexpected lightning rod in this feud. Some fans allege that a recent disagreement over whether Khloe should appear on Savannah's podcast sparked the final fallout. Chase reportedly disagreed with putting Khloe in the spotlight at such a sensitive time, while Savannah saw it as a way for Khloe to speak her truth. The fight turned personal, with both siblings accusing each other of exploiting Khloe's story for personal gain. "She's a child, not a storyline," Chase allegedly told a friend, according to an anonymous source. Savannah, meanwhile, clapped back on her podcast, without naming names. "It's amazing how people will suddenly act like they care about you when cameras are involved. I know who's been there and who's just playing the part." Ouch. Chrisley weighs in. From the sidelines, not one to miss a chance to throw shade from afar. Chrisley, Todd's estranged daughter from his first marriage, took to her own podcast to drop a bombshell of her own. "I've been silent about a lot, but let's just say this. Sometimes the people pretending to be the strongest are the ones causing the most chaos." Though she didn't name names, fans were quick to assume the barb was aimed at Savannah. Lindsay, who has long been at odds with her famous father and half-siblings, seems to be enjoying her front-row seat to the family implosion. One fan commented, "Lindsay's acting like Regina George watching the burn book explode." Another added, "This family drama could be its own spin-off." Fans choose sides, naturally. The internet is deeply invested in the Chrisley conflict. Twitter, or X, is flooded with memes of Savannah and Chase edited onto Game of Thrones characters, while Reddit forums are dissecting every post, unfollow, and emoji like it's a national emergency. Hashtag Team Savannah and hashtag Team Chase hashtags are trending, with fans fiercely divided. Some call Savannah a queen who's holding the family together, while others say Chase just wants what's best for Grayson and Khloe. And in true 2025 fashion, someone even made an AI-generated dramatic reading of their Instagram posts, with dramatic piano music in the background. Will the family heal? Despite the online mudslinging, sources say Todd is trying to broker peace from behind bars. Apparently, he's been calling both Savannah and Chase separately, urging them to think of the bigger picture. "Todd hates seeing the family torn apart," said a source familiar with the calls. But his absence is part of why this is all happening. Without that central figure keeping everyone in line, the siblings are scrambling for control. Julie, ever the peacemaker, has reportedly written letters encouraging forgiveness and reminding her children of their bond. But whether those letters will be enough to mend the rift remains to be seen. Final thoughts. A Chrisley reality check. While the feud is definitely entertaining for fans of reality drama, it's also a heartbreaking sign of how much the Chrisleys have changed since their golden days on Chrisley Knows Best. What was once a picture-perfect, if quirky, Southern family has now become a cautionary tale of fame, family fractures, and too much pressure on too few shoulders. Will they reconcile in time for a reality TV comeback? Or will this digital feud mark the official end of the Chrisley legacy?